The importance of a golden hour. What do I mean by golden hour? The hour that you have first thing in the morning from the minute you wake up. I personally think that you're on a 60-minute countdown. You're on a bit of a challenge in terms of what you achieve in those first 60 minutes for yourself is going to determine and influence the rest of your day in terms of how it is going to turn out. So I find that it's a 60-minute kind of mini challenge that I set myself every morning, because it's like, okay, I need to get these things done, because then it's like grounding myself. It's the foundations for what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. Because on those now pretty rare occasions where I miss my golden hour, things just don't go to plan. Like, instead of me feeling like I'm in control of what I'm doing, what happens instead is that I've missed my golden hour, and then things start happening that come up, and my response to them is totally different to had I had that 60 minutes to myself to do the things to set myself up. I'm not saying that it has to be bang on 60 minutes for it to be effective, but what I am saying is the first part of the day has to be yours. It has to be for you to concentrate on doing something that is purely for yourself, to set you up for the rest of the day, to put you into the right frame of mind. How many times have we got out of bed and we feel like we've got out of the wrong side of the bed for the rest of the day? You've got out of bed, I know you've trod on some Lego or something that you didn't know was there, and you're hopping around in the dark, and then there's no milk for cereal, or you've run out of coffee, or there's only cold water in the shower, whatever it is. Like, what happens is we take that, we hold on to that feeling that, oh, woe is me, everything's just happening to me, why is everything going to SHIT today? And then you carry that through into the rest of your day, and the mentality, the attitude is, you know, who gives a monkeys, and you just crack on and you deal with things as they come along, and it's quite reactive, right? What we want is a more responsive. So what I mean by responsive is that everything that you do has intent behind it. You give yourself that time to reflect on the way you want to respond to it, as opposed to just react. Because react is like reacting to something external to you as quickly as possible, whereas responsiveness is actually what you give yourself when you've set yourself up for the day. You've given yourself that mental fortitude, you've given yourself that mental space to go, A, this has happened. B, this is the space or time I'm giving myself to think about what my response is going to be. And then C, you actually respond to it in the best possible way. Whereas reaction is straight A to C. There's no B in the middle. And the time between A and C happening is pretty much instant, and it's out of your control. It's more reactionary. It's more of an emotional response as opposed to a logical response, okay? So in terms of what I do for my golden hour, it doesn't involve checking my phone as soon as I wake up, because I used to do that. I used to get up at whatever time it was, and I'd probably end up lying there scrolling straight away through my emails and my social media for the first 15 minutes before I've even got out of bed. I've like rolled over, turned the clock off, and I've picked up my phone and I've gone, oh, I'll just scroll through all this, and then you're already into other people's business straight away, okay? So that is the one thing that I avoid doing first thing in the morning. not checking my phone. And then I'm having water, I'm having a cold shower. If you haven't already, listen to my episode on 6 reasons to take cold showers, but ultimately it's like a zinger. If you were feeling at all sleepy before, cold shower will wake you up and you will be on fire for the rest of the day. So what else happens? I'm having a drink of water, I'm using the loo, I'm doing a little bit of yoga to get the body moving and the blood flowing. I am then journaling. I'm sat down and I'm journaling. I think there's another episode already, Evening Sue, on why I journal or what I journal about, but ultimately it's gathering my thoughts first thing in the day and then planning out the rest of the day as to how I want to do it, and then I crack on, and then I allow myself to get into other people's business. But before then, it's like curtains are shut. I'm not letting the outside world in just yet. I'm taking the time to look after myself. And what's happened is, when I've recommended this to clients that I coach, it's been like black and white for them. It's set them up for the rest of the day. It's really changed the attitude that they have for the rest of the day when they've brought in or changed their morning routine by having this kind of, not necessarily golden hour, but golden 5 minutes, golden 30 seconds, whatever it is. Because I know and I appreciate that, you know, a lot of us have kids and a lot of things going on in terms of the kids getting up super early or keeping you up through the night and everything. So it is a big ask to ask you to not do those things or get right into their business straight away. But it's about wielding that discipline so that every day you are getting that time in for yourself, because it ultimately puts you into a better frame of mind so that you can then respond to all of those other things that happen, and so that you can be the best version of yourself for that day.